Hey man, what's up?
Hey, did Katie Maxine order that Greg cookbook yet?
She's about to do it right now.
Tell her not to. I just got 5 free recipes because I'm on his email mailing list.
Find a freaking cookbook, stop watching this video, and go to my website, greggoucette.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and I'm documenting my journey to lose 100 pounds. I upload new videos every Sunday, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ding the notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. If you don't already know, that was my boyfriend Chris in my intro, and his cousin Mikey, who has his own YouTube channel called Transcending Fitness. He does short films and inspirational videos about fitness. So give this video a huge thumbs up for Chris making his debut appearance on my channel, and then head over to Transcending Fitness and give him a like and a subscribe as well. I'll put a link to his channel in the description below to make it easier for you to head over there. So if you haven't figured it out yet, in today's video, I am making the 5 free recipes from Greg Doucette's new Anabolic Cookbook 2.0, and Mikey is making them as well. And then we are going to talk over Skype about what we thought about the recipes and whether we liked them or not. If you are interested in making the 5 recipes or any of the 5 recipes, you can head on over to greggdoucette.com and sign up for his email mailing list, and you'll get those for free. I'll also put a link to that in the description below for you as well. The 5 recipes that we are making today are anabolic French toast, cauliflower mashed potatoes, Chickencacciatore, extra anabolic protein popcorn, and his Score protein bars. So let's go ahead and get into the cooking montage. Avoid legal snags by telling people they're being recorded. I'm recording you, Mikey.
Okay, I consent.
I can't sue me.
All right, so we got Katie Maxine here. Katie, did you try out those 5 recipes I sent you?
Yeah, I did. They were pretty good. I think some of them better than others, but yeah, I enjoyed some of them.
So start with your least favorite. Tell me a little bit about it, and then we'll work our way up to your favorite one.
Okay, so my least favorite would have to be definitely the cauliflower mashed potatoes. I think the taste of them was okay. I think everything tasted okay. I guess I should say that. Everything tasted good, but the cauliflower mashed potatoes, the consistency of them, I think adding the guar gum, or I use xanthan gum because we don't have that, but it made them really like pasty or kind of like slimy textured, and I just couldn't get over it. I ate like one bite and I was like, no, I'm not eating this.
The sour cream didn't help?
No, I even added more sour cream. I was like, maybe if I add more, it'll be all right. And it was still
really bad. I couldn't eat those. I mean, they tasted fine. It wasn't the taste at all. They tasted good, but the just, it was real slimy feeling. I didn't like it.
Right. My thing is with the cauliflower mash, I don't know what happened, but I thought the recipe called for 2 pounds of potatoes, right?
Yeah. I also made, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, good. So good. Well, I had 2 pounds of potatoes and I did the little ones, like they were a pound bag, so I could make it easy so I didn't have to weigh them out.
Right.
When I put the cauliflower in there, I had the right amount of cauliflower in. When I put the potatoes in the Ninja, they wouldn't fit.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
only did like half. So yeah, I didn't care much for my potatoes, but I thought that I couldn't really equate it to the recipe being bad because I couldn't fit them all in there for whatever reason. I either used the wrong type of potatoes or too much cauliflower. I don't know what I did wrong, but I'll have to look at the footage and see. But I didn't care much for them, but they were not my least favorite. My least favorite was probably the Chickencacciatore.
Yeah.
And I just say that because, there wasn't anything special about it. I mean, there was no extra protein to it. I thought with the cookbook, I was thinking it was like anabolic, right?
Right.
So when you think anabolic, you think like extra protein, something muscle building. But to me, the Chickencacciatore, it wasn't anything special compared to something that like you could Google and look at.
Right. Yeah, I thought the Chickencacciatore was a little odd that it didn't have any kind of Italian seasonings in it. So Chris and I ended up adding some anyway. So I thought that one was pretty good, but the recipe itself doesn't call for any. It just calls for salt and pepper. And I think that it probably would have been just kind of bland on its own without the extra spices added to it.
Didn't it have in there IMO for favorite seasoning or something like that?
So that's the IMO was the Vitafiber syrup is called IMO syrup. It's like a shortening of a scientific word that I can't pronounce, and it's a type of sweetener syrup.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought somebody said it was in my opinion. That's what it meant.
Yeah. Chris was reading the ingredients list and he said something about in my opinion syrup, and that was like the funniest thing I'd ever heard.
Oh, it was a joke. I thought you guys were serious. I was
No.
I remember in the message I said I was wondering what that meant.
Yeah. It's like some saccharide or something. It's a weird scientific term I can't read. So they shortened it to IMO instead of making you read it out loud. Gotcha. Yeah. Speaking of that though, the syrup that he talks about is the Vitafiber, and then he suggests you could get Fiber Yum instead. And I looked everywhere for it. The Fiber Yum is discontinued now, and so I ended up buying Vitafiber straight from their company in Canada and having it shipped to me, which was like $30. And when I got it, I was reading the back of it, and it says it actually contains no fiber. So I thought that the whole point of it was that it had a bunch of fiber in it, but it actually doesn't. It's a sweetener syrup. It's not a special fiber syrup. So I was looking on Amazon, and I think that we could have used something called allulose syrup. When I searched for Vitafiber, that's what came up because it wasn't available. And it's basically the same thing. It's just a low carb sweetener syrup. So I spent $30 getting some special syrup that I didn't even need. So I was a little with that one. But
I ate just enough Vitafiber to finish the recipe for the score bars, which brings me to my next one. My second to least favorite. Well, okay, so going in my order. I had the least favorite was Chickencacciatore. Next to that was the mashed potatoes, but like I said, I kind of did those wrong, so I wasn't really critiquing that one.
Right.
And the number 3 least favorite would probably be the score bar, because and on that one I didn't have caramel extract, so I used vanilla. But the one good thing I really liked about the score bar is that it's so cheap to make, with that Vitafiber and everything. The amount of protein bars I was able to make with it, compared to what you would buy at the store, it was probably a quarter of the cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's my least favorite as far as the taste, but protein bars aren't generally something that tastes good anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the score bar is for the cost and how effective it is, and for the macronutrients, I thought it was a really good bang for the buck. But it was not my favorite in terms of the taste of it. But what'd you think about that one?
I thought when I first made them, I had a lot of trouble making them because I was trying to film it myself while I'm making them. And I've learned that the first time I make a recipe, I'm not allowed to try to film it myself. I can have someone else film it, but me doing both for the first
Right.
time is really hard. So when I microwaved the fiber syrup and then tried to put it into the bowl to mix it, I waited too long, and so it cooled down a lot, and it was really, really hard to mix the whole thing together. I had to have Chris come do it because I just literally couldn't do it. It was too hard. And when I first made them, I didn't like them at all. I thought that they were just way too sweet. But then I put them in the freezer like you do after you make them. And like the next day when I went and tried one, it was actually pretty good. I don't usually eat protein bars, so it's not something that like I'll probably ever make again just because of how difficult it was for me. But the flavor of them was pretty good. I think it was better after it sat for some reason. I don't know if maybe that just like redistributed stuff or something, I don't know, inside the bar, but it tasted a lot better the second day.
Gotcha. I agree with you completely. I think that the first time I tried it, actually, it was like 20 minutes after they sat in the freezer and they were really soft.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like, kind of reminded me like the consistency of a Tootsie Roll or something. I don't know. I didn't care much for it. But then after I froze them, after like day 2, they turned out pretty good. And then something he points out is that if something's frozen, it lasts longer and it takes a longer time to eat. So that's a really good like trick that he uses. That's something I never really thought about, was like, when you eat, nobody really considers the time that you're eating something. Like when you eat a Reese cup, for example, like I could eat 5 Reese cups in a matter of like 30 seconds. You know what I mean? But with that frozen score bar, it's probably the equivalent to, I don't know, maybe a half a Reese cup calorie wise, and it's got the more protein, but it's going to take you like 3 times as long to eat it. So so that the score bar gets a plus for me on that. If I'm rating them on like a stars, I'd give them all like 4 to 5 stars based on the taste. But I got, I was trying to be objective in the video, so I want to critique them as much as possible. So I agree with you. Like, I don't have any problem with any of the 5 of them. My second favorite was the anabolic popcorn.
Yeah.
And once I tried that, I really loved it. It reminded me of, you ever tried Crunch and Munch?
Is that kind of like the Cracker Jacks?
Yeah. I think that's what it's called. Let me look it up real quick.
I thought it tasted like a chocolate popcorn ball. Like it felt like I was eating one because it all kind of got stuck together in the freezer. And so I was like, I had a really hard time mixing that one too. So the chocolate didn't get really oh yeah, I think I have had that before.
Did it remind you of that?
Yeah, it seemed like because I didn't get it mixed really well, it was like I had these big globs of like protein and it had like popcorn stuck to the outside of it. So it felt like I was eating a popcorn ball from when I was little. Like you'd get them in your Halloween candy and stuff. Like it just seemed like one of those to me, and maybe that's why I liked it. I don't know.
Right. I like that one.
The flavor of it was pretty good. I like the sweet and salty at the same time.
I loved it. I loved that. And then, so I guess my most favorite one, it was one that I've been eating for a while now, way before I even got the 5 recipe, was the anabolic French toast. But I had never actually made it like he does on the recipe. So it was way quicker on the recipe that I tried. Like I was cooking the actual blueberries and fruit in the French toast, and it would like take a while to make it in the morning. So, doing it on the recipe and doing like 5 batches ahead of time, it was like way quicker, way easier, and it actually tasted really good. April likes it better, like out of the recipe, than the way that I was kind of improvising and doing it.
Right. Yeah, I make that for Chris, but that's been like his go-to breakfast for, I don't know, like 6 months or something. He literally eats it every day. He's switched to eggs now, but he was eating French toast like every single day, and it was basically that recipe. I'd never made it like word for word how he said to do it in that recipe. And I think the level of egg whites that are in there, I mean, I know the whole point of it is to like shove as much protein into it as possible. But I think that the level of egg whites in it is just a little bit too much for like regular ass white bread, like he says. But like it's just a little bit too much for that, because it was like it took I don't know, just in my opinion anyway, it seemed like it was a little bit soggy in the very middle, and like that's another textural thing for me. I'm real big on food textures apparently.
Sure.
But the flavor of it was really good. I was surprised even with the sweetener in there that it was really as tasty as I thought it was when I finally made it. But yeah, it needed to cook longer maybe. I don't know if maybe my oven or my stove isn't as powerful as Greg's or something, and maybe it just cooked slower, or I don't know. But it just seemed a little soggy in the middle, and I wasn't a big fan of that. But overall, it was probably my favorite one too. I love French toast. So good.
In that cookbook, it states that there's like a ton of varieties that you can do, which I was already kind of doing.
Right.
But like with that, with the added benefit that you can like do the different flavors with different extracts and add different fruit, it's almost like, well, it's not almost, it is, it's a staple. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
there's so many things you can do.
Yeah, there's like, that's the whole thing to me with like, I don't know about your experience, but like with weight loss and with meal prep and that kind of thing, you got to have meals that you can rely on, that you know that will taste good, that you can actually look forward to, and ones that you can cook on a regular basis for a long period of time. And that French toast, just that one alone, to me, was well worth making those other four recipes. But that one by far is my favorite.
Yeah, I would say that's probably my favorite. I think we basically thought exactly the same, except I switched the cacciatore and the mash with you. Like you had it 5 and 4, and I had it 4 and 5. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's weird. The mashed potatoes didn't taste bad to me. I thought they were actually really good. But it's weird. But like I said, and I didn't think they would be because I didn't have all the potatoes in there. And then I thought, well, it's not really like the potatoes that he recommended, because it was more like it was mostly cauliflower. But I thought they actually tasted pretty good.
Maybe that might have something to do with it, because the potatoes have a lot of starch in them, and so it may have made it more like gluey. Having all the ratios the way it's said in there, maybe cutting out some of the potatoes would have worked. I don't know. It was just I don't know. I have a thing about xanthan gum, I think. And he has a thing for xanthan gum, so it's like it's a little, I don't know. The recipes were good though. I'm not trying to rip on.
No, me either, not at all. And like I said at the beginning of my video, I say, like, even though I'm a Coach Greg fan, I'm going to try to be as objective and as critical as possible. So I say that going in. I give all the recipes like a 5, maybe the Chickencacciatore just a 4, and that's just based on the fact that I didn't think there was anything special about it. But overall, I was well pleased with it. I ended up eating it all, and I felt really full. I did it for one full day, and I just added a salad in there, and I ate the Chickencacciatore for 2 different meals, and I was pretty much stuffed.
Yeah. I think the Chickencacciatore would be really good on pasta. I know that that's not really like a diet thing, but I think that would have been really good over pasta. Like, I don't know, maybe some like Barilla has some protein pasta that might be good with it. I don't know.
That's a good idea. That's actually a really good idea. I think overall it delivers what he promises that it's going to deliver. Yeah. Like it's for the most part, it's healthy, right? It's filling, and it all tasted good. So I give it a, like, if I'm going to judge all 5 recipes, I'm going to say a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah,
I was going to say 4 out of 5. So yeah, that's probably about what I would do too.
Cool. Yeah. Well, Katie, it was really nice doing this collaboration with you. Hopefully we could do more in the future when this virus gets under control. Maybe we could do a workout or something here. And
love that.
I really appreciate it. It was nice having you on.
Yeah, you too, Mikey. Thanks for having me over.
All right, thanks.
That didn't work.
All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up the video here. If you made it all the way through, I really appreciate you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ding that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. See ya.